Before we begin, tell me a little bit more about yourself, how long you've worked for D4M, what's your level of experience, and so forth.
I would say I'm a freshman. I've been working with D4M about 4 months. My expertise is about more related to I'm a electronics engineer and part of the knowing about production lines, manufacturing. The part is the part I've been more interested about. I've been working with as a consultant related to Ortems, that is the advanced planning scheduling solution that the Dassault system offers. Yeah, that is part of the DELMIA brand.
Okay, so you brought up Dassault. So what about do you do at D4M regarding Dassault and the Dassault line of products? You said that your level of expertise is more about production lines and so forth. Can you talk a little bit more about Dassault and maybe how the DELMIA suites help in this regard?
Yeah, the DELMIA brand is part of the solutions that the Dassault system offers. Thinking about the production optimization, DELMIA, it's the part, really part important is that it is the scheduling and planning module that allows the clients to have a better visibility of what they're doing and how they can improve their production lines and make the decisions that allow them to have the best plan regarding to their needs and requirements.
Okay, but I'm assuming with digital manufacturing that this is part of the whole process. Is that correct? With like looking outside of just as
Yeah, it's part of the yeah, it's part of one elementary part that involves mostly the part of the scheduling.
just to lay the groundworks for the discussion today. Delmia Ortems. What exactly is it generally? And for that matter, it seems to me that Delmia is like a suite of products, and Ortems is just part of the solution. So, what exactly is Delmia Ortems? And if you could maybe also separate the two and define both of them.
Yeah, Delmia brand, it's a part of the solutions that involve 3D experience platforms that help industries and services providers to connect the virtual and the real world. Um, Thinking about Ortems, it is part of their optimized production. That's a part of the elementary part that involves the part of scheduling, planning, and overall that's the main part to help the clients to take the best decisions in order to their supply lines.
Okay. And from your experience, so what exactly are the strengths of Delmia Ortems compared to other brands on the market? What is the specific selling point that really makes Delmia Ortems a great solution?
Any other competitor has a very complex module that allows them to to do the part of the scheduling, but sometimes it's their software is more complex and that doesn't allow really the client to reach their needs because it becomes more difficult. Also, if they want to have the implementation of a third party, it is more difficult because it is not their systems that are not really allowed to have this integration with Ortems. This implementation is really possible and it is easier to manage. Thinking about the overall satisfaction, Ortems has a really good agreement with the clients that are happy with the product, and I think that's the main part that we have to consider because if they're happy, everything goes good.
Okay. And we touched a little bit before that scheduling and planning software is part of the digital manufacturing process here. So why exactly should someone implement this software? What exactly are their alternatives? I hear a lot about how some big plants still do paper and pencil and still plan things just via Excel files. So again, what exactly, why exactly should a plant ditch those old ways of planning and just upgrade to this kind of advanced software, advanced planning software?
Yeah, as you mentioned, the traditional scheduling takes are part manually or using Excel. I think that the main change that The opportunity that brings Ortems is that, for example, we're facing a new digital manufacturing process. We're leading the fourth revolution in the industrial revolution. So makes it will change the part. It will change how the production is about to change. It will be completely different. Instead of working with the traditional way, we have to improve that part. It allows that digital upgrade, so it will be easier to work with the and to implementation. Would be really successful because everything is going to be more digital. Make this translation from a traditional paperwork will be really hard. It will take some really much time, and with the DELMIA Ortems will be really easy and will make save some time, make some save some money, and it will be the really most part. The important thing is that it will be a solution of the future, and that's what we have to consider and have in mind.
Okay, what exactly is the main goal of ORTEM's production scheduler?
Ortems will optimize the production sequences in short term. That's a really important point because we need to have a scheduling. We have to make a daily scheduling, and Ortems allows them to do it real fast and adapting to their necessity, needs and requirements because it takes into account all the manufacturing constraints. So the plan can be adapted and really helps the client to deal with any challenge they're facing.
Okay, and what are the most valuable benefits to the ORTEM's production schedule?
I think that the main benefit of the production scheduler is that it is a decision support tool. Uh, Ortems allows the users to define their planning strategy, make analysis of the scheduling results, and modify the suggested plan. So the creation of an achievable and realistic plan is possible.
Okay. And how is the implementation of ORTEM's APS software easy to fit into a production plant's process?
As we already mentioned, a traditional scheduling process takes several months. Ortems offers the capability to reduce the duration of this elementary part. Uh, Thinking about a strategic point of view, in-time delivery improves. We have a better responsiveness and management. About the financial key parts, we can see a throughput optimization, reduction of stock, and working capital.
Okay. So I'd like to take this opportunity because we've used various terms today, and I just want to make sure that we're not necessarily splitting hairs or that there aren't two completely different things. You mentioned a lot the concept of APS, and then over here you mentioned the concept of a production scheduler and so forth. Are these two things the same or are they completely different things? If so, could you please elaborate on these two things?
Oh yeah, the APS, it means that the advanced production and scheduling solutions. I mean, it's part of the Ortems offers the solution of the about the planning and scheduling. Thinking about the production scheduler, that's the, let's say it's the module, it's the software that will enable to the clients to use in order to check and to manage their scheduling and planning and their plans and their machines. It's a part of the software, the production scheduler.
Okay, so DELMIA Ortems would be a production scheduler.
Right.
Okay, and does Dassault have any products that you know of, specific suites for the APS, or is that just like you said, it's integrated into DELMIA itself?
Yeah, the APS it's part of the DELMIA solutions because DELMIA brand offers really solutions in different aspects, and what we're making some emphasis in the part of the optimization of the production, and that's the part that involves Ortems.
Okay. Before this interview, we were talking back and forth regarding some of the key features of DELMIA Ortems, and one of the subjects that keeps coming up is the concept of visibility, improved visibility through this product, but also a better understanding of supply and demand and the supplies versus the products that go out. So could you please go into more detail about how DELMIA Ortems just improves visibility and traceability?
Oh yeah, it brings the attribute of working with the indicator chart as part of the improved visibility factor. And we have the continuous monitoring of the global performance and KPIs. Besides, there's an element related to the use of simulations to compare the different scenarios, as we can see the impact of various changes in order to choose the one that reach the expectation of the client.
Okay. And I suppose just in closing, do you have any additional thoughts with regards to DELMIA Ortems?
I think it's a really powerful tool. It makes part of this elementary part that is scheduling that it makes it really easy to handle and really easy to see the improvement areas, and maybe it's a part of it is involved a part of the planning scheduling. From a personal point of view, a good plan never fails. It allows to have the great plan that adapts to your needs. And once you have set a good plan, your production lines, your goods will be really good, really good thought, and will be really good implemented.
Okay. So now that we've gone over some conceptual concepts, let's talk a little bit more about practicality. So you keep talking about how easy it is to implement DELMIA Ortems. So just out of curiosity, how long does a typical implementation of DELMIA Ortems take?
A typical implementation will really takes, for example, a traditional scheduling takes really several months. Thinking about the using Ortems, we can reduce that part because it's more compact the way you can schedule the things. Part of the think about the elements, the constraints that are involved that the scheduling are all really good managed using Ortems. So the part of the making the scheduling will be really considers every factor, important factors that involve impact that have an impact in the real planning. This is the part of the to make it really more efficiently. And thinking about the part of the time that is will be a really saving time because other traditional schedulings don't have this efficient control, and it leads to have a lead time. So I think it's a really good point to have a constraint, but Edelmian has knows how to manage them.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, because most of the interviews I do, it's regarding SAP, ERPs, and automotive. So just out of curiosity, so what size corporation can implement this, generally speaking? And can it be in other markets other than just automotive?
Yeah, I think the really good and beautiful part is that it can adapt to any role of a company. I don't think that it really has to be a big company. It can adapt to any of the requirements or the needs, and that's a good part of the art. It can be really adapted to anything that you require.
Okay. And again, doing research before going into this interview, it seems to me that what also makes Delmia a great solution is that you don't necessarily have to do a company-wide implementation. You can essentially do one or two plants, and as long as another one is set up, that it still track the information. Is that correct? And how big of a scale can it go to?
Yeah, the really good part is that we have this continuous communication really among plants, and maybe yeah, as you mentioned, it's an important topic. Yeah, it's really possible to have this intercommunication and also to manage, let's say, separately, to say plant by plant. And if they require to, I don't know, maybe some transportation and some setup times and that part, Ortent is able to manage them.